Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 15th to the 22nd. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. And again, I'm going to be talking really fast. This is definitely going to be a week. You're coming after that lunar eclipse in Pisces that I need to just stress again that these are eclipses. So even though it's past, you feel the effect of it for really the entire rest of the month. And you're on the heels of the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. That's going to be big as well. And everything that's happening this week is kind of like a buildup. And you're going to see that this is, and by the way, the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo, that's happening on Sunday. We're talking about next week, okay? I just wanted to give you visual reference because there's a lot happening that's not even on the whiteboard either. This is going to be a loaded week. And it's technically, when I see what's happening for you, it's your week. And I want you to know that, okay? The other thing I want to remind you, over the weekend, the Sun, sextile Jupiter, Mercury, sextile Jupiter, all absolutely amazing. The best, luckiest days of the month, okay? So Jupiter is in Cancer, exalted in your 10th house of career. There could be a lot of movement in career, fame, or your reputation. It's very public facing. If you're not here for a career, just how you want to be recognized. Where are you putting your energy into for recognition and achievements and validation and social status, leadership? Now, there is going to be a huge concentration of activity compressed from Wednesday until the eclipse, okay? It's a big blob of energy and astrology. But this week is definitely like a week of reality checks. You will not forget this week, okay? The way you never forget your first hickey. Speaking of which, Monday, September 15th, Venus and Leo is going to sextile Mars. You know what happens when these two cosmic lovebirds get together? Mars being in your sign, you are going to feel this. Remember, you've got the overflow of all that Jupiter energy too, okay? So that's really nice for you. This is absolutely amazing because you still have Venus and Leo. Yeah, it's like, what? Like, there's been so much happening in that Leo area of your chart, okay? That's your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, and dreams. Mars happens to be in your home, right? Or in Venus's home because Venus is your ruler. And so this is fun, all right? Mars is on his best behavior. He does well in your sign, as in like he's not, right? So this has presence. It's great for romance, for love, for collaborations, for getting together with the girls, watching, I don't know, all the Halloween movies all night long, whatever it is. It's fun. There's a lot of chemistry here and compromise. Now, here's the other thing. If you're not here for love or relationships, which this is Venus and Mars, right? Again, it can be creative partners, business partners. It can be money. Venus is not only love and relationships, but money and beauty, luxuries. Mars is in your sign. Mars is all about action and drive and ambition and yes, libido as well. But here's the thing, the biggest takeaway for you, if Venus, your ruler, is what your heart desires, Mars is how you get it. And that is by taking action. So this is a time, it's a sextile. This is a window of opportunity, something opening up for you around this time that has to do with your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, dreams, social media as well, friendships, groups you belong to, community, benefactors, allies. That's where Venus is in your chart right now. So you will be social and get what you deserve. Then do it fast before we get to Wednesday, because Tuesday, you got the moon in Cancer. The moon rules Cancer, conjuncting Jupiter and Cancer. Jupiter's exalted in Cancer. We'll talk about this in the second spread. Really great day, especially if you're waiting for career stuff or have career things that are, on the plate. Now, Wednesday, September 17th, you got Mercury opposite Saturn and Neptune. Yeah, not on the whiteboard. That's happening on Thursday, but Saturn and Neptune is a package deal. These oppositions, you're going to feel days before, days after, okay? Just wanted to make that clear. Mercury is in Virgo right now, okay? Mercury, communication, thinking, ideas, travel, transportation, all of that, yeah? Conversations, okay? Mercury in Virgo, exalted, that's your 12th. Very spiritual, very like nebulous. There's no borders. It's boundless in the 12th house. Okay. So there could be something here where it's spiritually enlightening with the conversations that you have, or there could be something here where you're really trusting your intuition and you were trying to do some healing. However, with the opposition to Saturn, Saturn is like a roadblock, all right? Saturn's like a wall. He's an authority. Remember that? And this is an opposition. So you see those lower expressions of Saturn where he puts on his aviators and the good boots, okay? So just know this may be a little bit of an authority figure that you're trying to have a conversation with, someone that is that you work with, colleagues, employees, or a healthcare professional like a doctor or a nurse or a physical therapist or even a vet. Yeah, because remember, Saturn retrograded back into Pisces, where you just had that lunar eclipse, where the North Node is, that's still trining Jupiter. That's your 6th house of everyday activities, and that is a Virgo's home. So you see this big overlap. There's something here with your day-to-day activities and your lifestyle and health matters that might be highlighted here. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think about March 2023 up until this point. That is when Saturn moved into Pisces, and he was making you learn things, right? What were your biggest lessons the past 2 years? He's here with another pop quiz, all right? And he is not going to let you pass unless you pass his test, okay? Now, the fact that you have Mercury, you have Mars in your sign, you've got to throw in legal matters here. You've got to throw in like things that have to do with the courts as well. There could be like demand letters going around, but it's also your sign. Yeah, you represent relationships, love, marriage, companionship, okay, contracts. So there just may be something here where, again, Saturn may be in opposition to what you need to get done. So you've got to find workarounds. The other thing is Mercury opposite Neptune. That's a little bit more, okay, what the is going on, because Neptune is still in Aries. And yes, they're still conjunct. Doesn't matter if they're in different signs. Neptune's at 0 degrees. That's a critical degree. Saturn's at 20. They're still tight. Okay. Neptune in Aries. That is your 7th house. That's your home of partnerships and contracts. Okay. Agreements. And now Neptune, the lower expressions in an opposition, is bringing some confusion and deception and misinformation and illusion, WTF moments, okay? So what do I want you to do? You're going to feel this all week, but it's Wednesday, Thursday. That's really the peak. Treat it like casual Friday. Try to avoid major conversations. Don't pull your partner to the side this day and say, we got to talk. I would do it earlier in the week, later in the week. Don't do it this day, all right? Wednesday or Thursday. The good news, if you need to have that talk, okay, maybe even with a business partner, whoever, it's a one-on-one connection. So it can be anyone. It can be your pool boy. Here's the thing. Mercury is in Virgo at 29 degrees, okay? Remember, Mercury's exalted in Virgo where he does his best for you. He's strong here, so use that. Be strategic, analytical. Really trust your intuition at this point, okay? Him being in your 12th house. Now, the other thing is you will likely get some news, all right? And maybe in person, if not news, you're definitely going to get some conversations going around this time. It's inevitable with these aspects, all right? And I'm going to tell you about some other things that are happening not on the whiteboard, but just be mindful of that. You are the sign of diplomacy, okay? So whether it's in person or DMs, whatever it is, remember everything's energy, including words. You can use these aspects like you can use any aspect. And I always tell you that the higher expression of Neptune is creativity. Be creative. You run into roadblocks. You got Uranus retrograde, freeing your mind, thinking new ways, shifting your perspective, but it's Neptune, music, the arts, dance, hemisync. I talk about that all the time. Binaural beats, things that bring you to that high frequency. You need to have a conversation with your partner. Go take them to a museum. Go to the aquarium. All right. Go listen to some violins. Inspire. Okay. Feel inspired. Everyone. You got to take your, team out. Your PR team, y'all gotta have a chat this day. take them to a gallery. Just make sure everyone is inspired. All right. Now, another thing that's happening, and this is why I'm harping on this, Mars in your sign will be opposite Chiron, the wounded healer. That's why partnerships, marriage, love, all of that, business partners, one-on-one relationships, your pool boy, like I said, whoever it is, and contracts. There may be something here that resurfaces that's an old wound of yours because Mars is into it. Yeah. But don't forget Mars's sister, Eris. You know Eris. Yeah. Remember, she threw the golden apple at the wedding to stir things up. She's right on top of Chiron. So it's brother, sister. Eris is Mars' sister, and they're at battle. We'll talk about it in the second spread. Now, Thursday, September 18th, Mercury does move into Libra. This is going to happen, and some of y'all are going to feel it Wednesday because it happens 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, around that time. That's my time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. But you see, now Mercury's in your sign. That's great. You got Mercury, you got Mars. Mars is happy to have company. Now you will have a lot of focus on partnerships, marriage, diplomacy. But with that said, this is makeup energy now when you got Mercury in Libra. So that's great. All right. And you have definitely gone through some things where you may need to have some conversations. Okay, this is a time to forgive and forget. This is a time to put egos to the side. This is a time to vibrate at that high frequency. Okay, love, super conscious love. All right. The other thing is that a lot of this is going to have to do with colleagues for a lot of y'all. There may be, okay, contractors, your intern from, Austin, Texas, she just graduated, what I mean? Like there's going to have to be some conversations. This is all part of your growth. Now, here's where things are a little bit fuzzy, okay? I hope you're with me because I'm going to throw a little bit at you. Remember I said concentration of aspects between Wednesday and Sunday. First, all the outer planets are retrograde. Remember that. They're at a standstill. They want you to reassess a lot of things that are happening in your life, especially your belief system, your perspective on things, love, family, children, as well as, home and family is a big thing for y'all. But also, what else you got here? You got and partnerships and relationships. So this is going to be a week where you're going to have to move slowly to thrive. All right. Remember, a lot of these retrogrades, it's for you to go within and reassess situations, circumstances. I talked about September a lot with Nick taking best. I'll leave it at the end of this video or the description box. I even did that story for New York Post. Just Google the tarot ship New York Post. You'll see what I said about September. Everything is happening. Okay. That I talked about, but everyone plays a part. And this point forward, the reason why this is a big deal because the outer planets, they're stationary. Okay. They're building a wall. And the inner planets are trying to do things for you. The outer planets are making it hard. So it's crunch time. All right. This week, things may feel like you've got things happening. All right. There's going to be winds of change because every single planet, all the luminaries, the sun, the moon, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. So all the planets, excluding Jupiter, he's doing his own thing. They're going to be between 28 to 0 degrees right here. Okay. Wednesday to Sunday. Some of those planets are passing through 28, 29, 0, 1. Some of them are just sitting there. These are critical degrees. So this is one big pile up. All right. There's gravitas here. Gravitas. Yeah, I said that word. Yeah, I said it. This is happening, okay, right at the time of the eclipse, right at the time of the equinox, right at the time we move into your birthday season. There are things you have to do, okay? And I did say in your monthly forecast, all the planets have come out to play this month. There's the schoolyard right here. They all got rubber baseball bats. So I've been telling you week after week after week after week, the prison portal. All right. Uranus is still trying Pluto. Pluto is out of bounds. Look at your September forecast. You're going to start feeling a little bit of squeeze this week before you enter your birthday season, before you get to the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. And I did say you can expect some breakdowns for your breakthrough. All right. So you've got to break some things down here. You're seeing this on the world stage too, by the way. All right. So again, everyone plays a part. There's some strong energies during this eclipse. And I talk about this on Great Awakener. Yes. Thank you for everyone who has joined. And I forgot to tell you that the founding member sale, all subscribers on my channel and all members, y'all get 50 to 75% off. I just brought on Alex Janelli. She's a certified hypnotherapist. Christians doing astrology classes, that's all included. And you're right. It's great. It's amazing. And I talk about the economy. I talk about geopolitical events. I talk about geophysical events. I talk about AI. I talk about all these things over there on Great Awakener. But that is the point. There is change happening in this world. Expect change. I have told you, we are like bees or ants in a colony. We have to work together, thrive together, survive together. We all play a part. And so everything that you do, you're playing your part, okay? Because this week is going to be a reset, and you're going to have that reset, all right? Especially with partnerships, relationships, work. Those are big things for you, but also you're going to have it with Mars in your sign, Mercury in your sign, you, okay? Libra, it's going to be a big week. This is a week, by the way, we got yods. We got kite formations. We got air trines. We have a lot happening, too much that I couldn't even you need 4 whiteboards for everything that's happening in just these 4 days. That's the whole shebang. Just know the big takeaway is all those planets either sitting at or passing through those critical 2 degrees and in squares and oppositions. And we do have a kite formation that involves Mercury in your sign and Uranus and Pluto and Neptune at the apex. And Neptune is like a beacon sending you signals to use your imagination and be creative and tap into your spiritual warrior when it comes to partnerships and relationships and contracts. And again, that can be work, that can be love, any situation that you may be in, okay? And yes, Neptune is still conjuncting Saturn. And Saturn, sure, may, have his aviators on this week, but believe it or not, he's still helping you turn your dreams into reality. That is what he's doing with Neptune, all right? And this week, he makes you do it his way, okay? So just don't forget, you create your reality. This is all part of your spiritual journey. These aspects allow you to make changes you haven't done yet. That's what the retrogrades are for. They're saying you shall not pass. There are still some things that you need to let go and leave in the past because there are some other things that I'm about to tell you, but just don't forget, everything is energy. What you put out there, you receive in kind. So please vibrate at that high frequency of compassion and gratitude and love. Everything that I said earlier, if you do that this week, piece of cake, piece of pie, piece of birthday cake for you, Libra. All right, you'll be king or queen of the hill. Now, the good news, we do have a grand air trine. I talked about this in your monthly forecast. So there's your pyramid. You got Mercury, and you're involved. Mercury in your sign, right? Trine Uranus and Gemini, Pluto and Aquarius. And remember, they're trine too. So there's your pyramid. It's happening at 1 degree of new beginnings. So the fact that you have Uranus and Gemini in your 9th, you have Pluto and Aquarius in your 5th. How bonkers is that? There's something new happening in terms of the way that you see things, your philosophies, your belief system, the way your inner wisdom. That's all changing for you right now in terms of your everyday activities. Yes, and there may be health matters, there may be love and family and children and even sex, to be honest. So there you go. And this is an amazing air trine, okay? It's like a floaty life raft. It's all air. And you're going to feel it days before, days after. It works in your favor. Trines are auspicious. They, have the nature of Jupiter, right? So you can receive good news. You can make big announcements. You can have really good makeup, bunny stuff. There's stuff here. There's stuff here for you, okay? Launching your business, traveling is a big thing for you. At this time, you may be launching or working in travel, hospitality. There's so much happening. It's just bonkers this week, okay? So the last thing I'm going to tell you about this air trine, Pluto is really active, okay? He's activated, and this is a little bit of a preview of what to expect next week when Mars moves into Scorpio. Mars is leaving your sign. Mars is so happy to get back into his home sign. It's been years. So that's going to bring a lot of energy in terms of money for you. But for now, you got Pluto in Aquarius in your 5th house, Pluto out of bounds. Yeah. 5th house is joy and pleasure. It's love, it's soulmate energy, it's romance, it's family, it's your children, it's happy. It's sex, it's creative projects as well. All right, hobbies. So you got Pluto here saying, hey, Libra, I'm the ruler of the underworld. What's beneath the surface? What has to come out? What needs to be revealed? What are you hiding? What is the transformation you seek to make you feel more empowered in all those areas that I just said? Remember, Mercury's part of this in your sign. Mercury, intellect, the mind. This is when you can be clever. You can be your Libra self. Do your Libra thing, right? Be social. Y'all are social. Do some networking. Communicate. Libra, you represent peace, all right? That's why Mars didn't do well in your sign. Mars is war. And so it's good that Mars is moving into Scorpio. It is intense, but Mercury's here. What did I say? Peacemaking, speaking, forgive, forget, forgiveness, all of that, making up. All right. So that's going to be something that, and even like doing things for the greater good. Uranus trine Pluto. Yeah, that's part of the prison portal. It's still in effect for many years. They are so tight right now. They're so tight and they're connecting with you, okay, with Mercury in your sign. So Uranus trine Pluto really is a core aspect driving you through this year. And that is your breakthroughs. That's innovation as well. That's your awakening, all right? And so with the mosh pit of alignments and aspects that's happening this week, if you need to have a breakthrough that comes in the form of a tower moment, there you go. Phoenix rising from the ashes, okay? But just know something has got to go, or you're really, really going to do it the hard way. Saturn and all the other outer planets are going to make you do it the hard way. Something has to go. And a lot of it for you, Libra, is, again, relationships, partnerships, contracts, or something with your belief system, okay? The other thing is, we do have the moon in Leo, by the way, trine Ceres in Aries. This is absolutely amazing. That's really fun for you. We'll talk about that in the second spread. But the thing that I want to point out most, that same day, Thursday, you got Juno. Yeah, that's your asteroid. Juno represents everything for you. Juno is partnerships and agreements. And she's all about the greater good. She's going to be sextiling the sun in Virgo. We'll talk about in the second spread. Now, Friday, September 19th, you got Venus moving into Virgo. So Venus, your ruler, is love, money, creative projects, right? Relationships, everything that makes her heart sing. When she moves into Virgo, you will now scrutinize all those areas of your life. Okay? You're going to go really deep, even on a subconscious level. Remember, Virgo rules her 12th house. That's the subconscious, but it's also healing. It is also, and I want you to be very mindful of this, self-sabotage, hidden enemies, not facing your fears, isolation, things like that. So please avoid those lower frequencies, okay? Virgo's all about the details. It's nitpicky. Yeah, it needs to get every little information. Like Virgo's like the coder. Anyway, you're going to be Inspector Gadget on the health of your relationships and work as well. And maybe even like a penny pinching energy here. This is for a few weeks, but remember the mosh pit of aspects. It's still happening. All those squares, oppositions, the kites, the yods. We actually have a yod this day. We call it the finger of God. It's a powerful. We'll just leave it that way. I'll talk about more in on the Great Awakener. And I actually already did. But here's the thing. At this point, I want you to take away the fact that right now on this day, you've got the sun, moon, Venus, your ruler, and the South Node all in Virgo. Okay? forming challenging aspects. All right? Something has to go. And it has to do with, now it's bringing up not only your everyday activities, but habits, your routines, addictions, as well as it's just health. It's a lot of health activity. Okay. It can be mental health. It can be spiritual health as well. All right. Physical health as well. So keep that in mind. If you're watching for your sun sign, sometimes I've told you this before. It may not be you. It may be someone you know. All right. Or your relationship with them. The worst thing you can do right now, Libra, is take blame or be hard on yourself or be self-critical. We've talked about this. Okay. South Node and Virgo. So channel all that energy into Virgo's higher expression of self-care and service to others, because everyone in the world, the 9 billion people on this planet, are going to feel these aspects this week. And we're all on a karmic journey, okay? Especially with the karmic node here, yeah? And I always say, like, you, listen, just be proactive. Everything that you do for the greater good. And if you do need to have a conversation that is hard, if you do need to confront something that is hard, because you may have to, your 12th house is activated. You have 4 planets there. And you see the sun and the moon already in Virgo, building up to the eclipse on Sunday. So you're going to have to maybe go a little deep. All right, Libra, just letting you know. Because actually, when you get to Friday, the Venus moving into Virgo, the moon just happens to be moving into Virgo at the same time. They're going hand in hand. Yeah. So therefore, Venus and the moon will be conjunct in Virgo. All right. We'll talk about it in the second spread. But Venus on Saturday, September 20th, Venus will square Uranus and Gemini. So this is kind of a big deal for you, because these are the two. You've got Uranus and Gemini in your 9th. You've got oh gosh, I was on a roll too. And then you've also got your Virgo rules your 12th. Okay, so your 9th and your 12th are activated really strongly here. All right, so there could be something here very spiritual for you. All right. So when I look at Venus square Uranus for you, yes, absolutely. You can have some surprising news or unexpected news or situations that have to do with love or money or relationships. Okay. It could be you on the receiving end. It could be you making an announcement. You could feel a tug of war between, should we talk? Or, oh, I'm going to keep this person at, arm's length. There could also be like, oh, will they, won't they? Rachel Ross situation. There's so much that could happen right now. Okay. It is a square. So there may be a little bit of squeeze that you feel. All right. Uranus is always the unexpected. He's chaos. But remember, breakthroughs, and it's still part of that air trine with Mercury in your sign. Use it. Yeah. Uranus wants you to shake things up, to free your mind, to expand your consciousness, to take risks, to be curious and have your breakthrough. All right. So just keep that in mind. But remember, this is very spiritual for you. There may be something here where you are going deep. There may be something here where you have this profound spiritual awakening. I have my breakthrough. I know what I have to do. You can use these aspects, okay? And I'm just letting you know, at this point, the sun in Virgo is pretty much directly opposite Saturn in Pisces, okay? This is Saturday, so this is like 28 degrees, like exact. And that, again, would be your 6th and your 12th. So a lot of health matters. A lot of just be mindful of your health, okay? And ask yourself on this day, what do I have to surrender before the eclipse takes me on a whole new path? Okay. So, and also thank you for all of y'all. You're going to make me cry for all your comments and messages. One day, maybe I will do a live stream about the health issues that I've been going through, as well as Ruby. Oh my God, I'm going to start crying. Okay. Oh my gosh, I might have to edit this video now. And thank you everyone, by the way, again, for joining Great Awakener. Oh my gosh. It's y'all. All right, so Libra, let's get started. It's going to be a big week for you. All right, so Oh, let's get started. See what's going on for you for September 15th to the 22nd, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Right before your birthday season, too. Right on the brink of your birthday season. So, happy early birthday, Libra. I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Offers the best overview, especially for a weekly reading. If we, oh my gosh, if we need to pull clarifiers, you know we will. Secondly, Libra, you know I love y'all. You're amazing. Libra Nation. Okay, great. Let's do it. You know my North Node is in Libra. I'll tell y'all that. Let's do it. Okay. Libra, yeah, it's going to be a week. It's going to be a week, but you see you're going to be good. You're going to be fine. You just need to let some things go. When I say surrender, again, for a lot of y'all, it's going to be a lot of things that even like subconsciously, it's going to be things, like I said earlier, things that you have to face. It's time to face it. Okay. All right. Yeah, the Hanged Man. So that's good. What did I say about that spiritual awakening, profound spiritual awakening, seeing things in a new way? He's done that. Okay. So this is you preparing yourself for a big transformation that's coming. Okay. That is the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. But again, that's not it. It's the equinox as well. It's Mars moving into Scorpio. There's so many things happening. Okay. Next week with that eclipse, but he's got a halo around his head. He's smiling. Why did he hang himself upside down? Well, because he wanted to see the world in a new way. Why? Because the old ways were no longer working. And that's where we are this week and this month and this year, the rest of the year. Remember, I said all the old systems have to go. All your old systems have to go. It's this new you in a new era. And for you, once again, a lot of ways that you see something, you have to shift your perspective. That's what's going to make the difference. Okay. Now, you have the 10 of Wands and the heart of your spread. This can be a week. I said it is pretty much your week with Mars and Mercury in your sign. You're moving into your birthday season. You have your 12th house, your 9th house activated, a lot of partnership stuff as well. You got to let things go. That is too many wands. You can't carry all those wands. And is he facing his things? No, not at all. And he's going really slow. And you can see he's hurting his back. His back is hurting, and he's carrying so many wands, he can't even see where he's going. You've got to see, okay? You've got to have that shift in perspective. You've got to drop some of these wands. Again, there is a sense of, if you look at your entire spread, there may be something here where it's like, okay, I want to come to the end of something, but I've got to be proactive, and I got to make it happen, and I have to have that surrender, because there is this new era that's wonderful. Okay, new path for you. That's absolutely amazing. So it does seem like there is something coming to an end this week, and it may be something that you will have to face, and it can be something work-related, career-related, profession, colleagues, employees, LLCs, things like that. But also health matters are, a part of your journey. Okay, so bear that in mind, and it could be something that has to do with things that you know. It's almost like this week, when you get past this week, you will see your future a lot more clearly. All right. But you have to get through these aspects because you have the Knight of Pentacles in your challenge area. So 2 things here. This is saying there is a little bit of like this long-term stability, like success, future, being grounded in the future reality that you want for yourself. You're going to really have to commit to something. But it starts with letting something else go, okay? And with Neptune being very active, maybe a little, again, maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know which way things are going to go. That's what eclipse season is. That's why they say don't force things during eclipse season. Eclipses are game changers. All you want to do, because they're right on the nodes, right? You've got to let things go, all right? And the other thing is it does look like there is some sort of commitment or relationship that you have to maybe recognize it's not working out, or we need to have a really serious conversation about this for it to work out for the long term, that you have to put in the work and the effort. Okay. And they do too. It seems like someone may not be doing that, and that's slowing you down too. You have the 8 of Swords in your I'm like, you've got me so emotional. You got the Eight of Swords in your crown. There you go. You know, she's wearing a blindfold. He can't see. Like, you've got to, this is really, again, like, facing the music, facing the reality, seeing the things that you have to see, having the conversations that you have to have. All right? This is going to help your spiritual journey. And then you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Reader spread. That is just saying, yes, a lot of y'all are still looking to the past. It's time to look forward. And it's time to do new things, look at things in new ways, especially things that you're investing your time and energy into. It feels like there is a stall here in terms of your investments. And that can be financial, that can be career, that can be relationships. It's whatever you're putting your heart and soul, time, energy, blood, sweat, tears all into, or you're not. You've come to a point where you're like, this isn't it for me. So then what is? Yeah? Once you know, you got that Six of Cups. This is such a freeing card. This is a card of kindness, tapping into your inner child, not worrying about anything. Yeah. This is a lot that has to do with the past. Yeah. But nostalgic. Yeah. And we know nostalgia is proven to improve wellness and mental health and well-being. This is really great. And you can have this. You can have it. All right? There's the biggest house in tarot. There's protection here. There's comfort, security. Being your authentic self. Let's get to your stuff. Libra Nation, y'all got me. Y'all got me. I'm going to... but also, like... okay, I won't... Libra... if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Yeah, let me know, because this is going to be a week for you. And you know, love it. All right, so yeah, okay, this is going to be a week. It's a big week of decisions. Remember, you're part of that air trine. You're leading that brigade. You're at the apex there. Okay, make good decisions. Think clearly. All about diplomacy. You got that King of Pentacles. Amazing. That's really great. You can have it all. You can have it all, but you've got to want it, right? And in order for you to want it, you have to take effort and you have to take action, right? But in order to have take effort and take action, you have to care, okay? In order to care, you need self-love, all right? So he's the richest king. You can have it all. Wealth, all of it, okay? In your physical world, material wealth. And again, Mars and Scorpio, that's going to amplify that for you. Things in your physical world, but this is money. He's integrated with his wealth. You can't even distinguish his robe from the harvest. He's rich. He's rich, okay? He didn't get that robe at Target. It's custom made, all right? You deserve it. Now, Queen of Swords. That's you. Queen of Swords is Libra. In your external factors area, there's something that you've got to make a decision. It looks like what's happening here, it does look like there is like a mediator involved. It looks like someone is also willing to have a conversation with you, and they may be a little hard-edged, left emotions at the door. Let's be very logical. It's just the facts. Let's do this, okay? But it does look very, very positive, okay? Someone that can break the ice, someone that can move things forward, even something with legal matters that are involved here. She is kind of like the judge, yeah, but head above the clouds, great decision maker, really good at, making, the calls you need to make. You're going to be fine, okay? And use that sword, okay? That's true perception. Being honest with yourself. Five of Wands. Yeah, there's that conflict, okay? You want out of it. Okay? You may feel it this week. It's just like not worth your time, taking up too much energy. And then lastly, you have the Two of Swords in your final outcome. So you got a big decision to make. Something that you may have been sitting on for a while. I mean, when you look at your entire spread here, I'm going to show you something. You got the only two people, by the way, wearing blindfolds. So refusing to see. And there's a little bit of resistance here. Yeah, but you... Look at that.
right? I'll show you. You only got one Cups card, and that's in your future. Cups are love and emotions and feelings, intuition, wonderment, all of that. But again, you can have it. Yeah, 10 is the end. You just got to put that to, yeah, you only got one major arcana right here. All right, so this is where it all starts, okay? Connecting spiritually, but seeing things in a different way. That's what helps, okay? And then this is also, it's a Two of Swords. It's a Two of Swords. It's you. This card is attributed to Moon in Libra. Okay? So, what I was going to say is, like, you can see that her back is turned to the sea and the moon. She's not in touch with her emotions or feelings. In this scenario, I feel like you really need to do that, okay? But B, you still need to make executive decisions. You still need to make big decisions. I'll clarify that one for you. That's Two of Swords, all right? Yeah, the Nine of Swords. That's saying that you're there because you're already thinking of something that like you don't want to face, okay? With the Nine of Swords, all right? And the Nine of Swords does involve other people. So it could be you having this low energy frequency of like, okay, well, if I do make this decision or if I have this conversation, like this might be the outcome and I might regret it, or they may say something mean to me, or they may, like, but you create your reality. All right. So just keep that in mind. It is going to be it's also like, with all these swords, just even like very cerebral too. I'll do one more. Libra, I'll do one more for you. What time is it? Oh my gosh. Let me just see. Okay, Libra. Oh yeah. Three of Swords. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a week. I want to see that 10 of Wands. Oh, you got the 8 of Wands. See? Everything just moves for you here. Once you let that go, you see that 8 of Wands is movement. And this is very auspicious. Everything starts aligning for you in terms of your passions, your ambitions, work-related matters as well. Could be something landing for you as well, like a contract, because that's a big thing for you right now. Three of Swords, yeah, there's just something here where it's like almost like it's going to be really hard to do. The Three of Swords, emotional impact, right? You have the Two of Swords, your 2 cards. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. So, like I said, this week, some people will have to go through the tests, the aspects, the hard way, but it's part of your growth. You pass that test. Remember, Saturn is karma, the North Node, karmic, right? Then the eclipse on the node, by having a Sunday, karmic. Wheel of Fortune, highly associated with karma. And then there's your new path, a new journey. And this is amazing. Okay? So that, again, there may be something really hard that you might have to experience this week, but it will be worth it in the end for you. It takes you on that new path. And this is very auspicious. Okay? There's a new door opening up for you in a wonderful way. Libra, y'all are amazing. Next week, we will talk about everything that's happening in your birthday season. Mars and Scorpio, a lot of money energy there for you. Big time, big time. And you can see that. And things are kind of leading up because a lot of y'all, with the fact that you have all this Pisces energy, it's like you are changing jobs, especially with Jupiter and Cancer as well. Like that may be a big thing for you, or your professional path, or again, just something that you're maybe just even passionate about. Maybe you sell I don't know, you make little figurines of cats and sell them on Etsy, whatever it is. Like there's something really great for you to like on the other side. And then, second spread, we'll pull more cards. We'll talk about those aspects. Again, you've got Ceres and Aries in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, and contracts. And then you have Juno activated. Okay. That's there too. Anyway, that's your asteroid. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Libra, all right, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. Thank you for your patience and kindness, and y'all are amazing. Libra Nation, I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.